12 of how to avoid being an accidental racist. So, today's question is, why will my black friend, co-worker, classmate not educate me? Why is it inappropriate for me to ask black people questions about racism? Good one. Number one, black people are not a monolith. What that means is we're all different. There are black people that don't give a hoot about race. There are black people that maybe, like, I find a lot of artists, they may be like, I don't care about that. There are black people that are raised by white people. Either they were adopted or one of their parents is white, and they just were never educated about race, and they don't care. And then there are black people that are activists, and then there are black folk that are just pissed off angry. And not just black folk, but BIPOC folk. Like for me as a Nigerian, I love being around my Nigerian people. I love speaking my language. It doesn't mean I don't like white people. It doesn't mean I don't like Indian people or Asian people. I just like being around my own people a lot of times because I don't have to pretend to be somebody I'm not to fit into their world, right? So that's why you don't want to go just asking anybody about race. What you want to do is talk to a practitioner. Pay the money to someone who does this as their living. I'm not necessarily making a plug for me, but I do this as my living. There are other wonderful people out there. Desiree Attaway, there's Erica Hines, there's all kinds of people out there that do amazing work with organizations and also for individuals. I tend to work more with individuals. And so you go to people like that and you ask all your stupid questions, and they're not stupid, they are real. But somebody has to help you frame them in the right way. So one, just like you wouldn't go next door to the doctor and just ask them every little question for every little medical thing, you pay that copay and you go to their office, right? Same thing with diversity and inclusion and equity and race and social justice. Take a class at a church, okay? Even if it's not about paying for a real class or something like that, take a class at a church. Go buy a book, read a book, Google, okay? That's what you want to do. What you're doing is putting a burden on your black friend only because of that person's race. Whether they're your classmate, friend, co-worker, don't ask them that. So it's Juneteenth and you walk up to your co-worker, so tell me all about Juneteenth. Why are all the colors red? That person does not owe you anything. It is not the job of white people. I'm sorry, back up. It is not the job of black people to educate white people about what whiteness has done to black people and then do the heavy lifting to fix it. That is still putting black people in the position of servitude. Not okay. Why do I do this work? I do this work, and why I allow my white friends to ask me questions, I encourage them because it tells me the areas of my work that I may have blind spots to because I'm not a white person. I am specifically a racial justice educator. So if I say leave a comment, ask a question, I'm saying, yeah, ask me your questions. You can slide in my DMs and ask them if you don't want to be embarrassed publicly, right? Totally okay, do it. It's about caring, right? And about calling. This is my vocation. This is what God designed me to do. I thrive in this work, okay? And I know how to set proper boundaries as well, which is required. The compassionate approach to this today is that I want you to accept that you have a race as a white person. The same way you have a sex, which is different from your gender, even if it's non-binary, you get to know yourself as a racialized being when you accept that you have a race. So it's not like everybody else on the planet has a race and you don't have a race. So have compassion for yourself so you can have empathy and compassion for those that have to live this racialized world all day long. The action step I want you to take is, if you have black people in your orbit, ask them if you've ever figure out if you have ever done this to them, asking them inappropriate questions. And if you have, ask them, if you don't remember that, ask them if they remember you doing that. But before you do that, I want you to listen to tomorrow's recording that tells you how to apologize when you've made a racial misstep. Leave a comment. Bye.